Hello there, it's Josh here from the Raising the Profit Syndicate. Hope you can hear me loud and clear. In this video, I am going to introduce our new jumps horse, a mare, a 4-year-old by Doyenne called Windsor Wife, who you can see in front of you. A very good jumper that's on her way to a dead heat victory in her only racecourse appearance to date in an Irish point-to-point where they were 20 lengths clear of the third, and she put in a very professional and exciting performance. We think she's a value price, a horse we're going to have a lot of fun with. You'll fall in love with her when you meet her. She's very likable, very friendly. She has something about her, and yeah, we can't wait to go on an exciting journey with her through National Hunt flat races, novice hurdles, all about as we build up to a future which looks to be as a 2.5 mile plus chaser down the line, likely 3 mile chaser. So much to get excited about, and we hope by the end of this video, I hope you'll be as excited and wish and hope to join us on our journey. She's going into training with Oliver Greenall and Josh Guerrero, who somehow managed to get her at the sales for not very much money. It was a very quiet sale. There were hardly anyone there. The actual winner of her, well, the joint winner of her point-to-point, who she dead heated with, didn't make the reserve and that went unsold for about 38,000, which by itself I think makes her look very good value for money. But I'll kind of whiz through that point-to-point in a moment. She's the first jumps mare that we've had, which we're very excited about, and as kind of owners in the jumping game, you should be excited about as well, for a couple of reasons. I mean, one, it gives us a chance in the jumps game of actually holding some residual value, and if she can perform and she can win under rules, she will be worth something as a future broodmare down the line, especially given her page, which is littered with winners and future breeders if she can win under rules. And obviously she's already won her point-to-point, but future breeders will be pretty confident that she could breed robust future winners as well. So that's always a positive, but more in the kind of short term for us is the expansion of the mares only program. She'll obviously be able to race up against the boys, but if I just jump over the horse race base quickly, where I have, well, you can just see this is UK based mares only jumps races, a national hunt race, I should say, national hunt flat hurdles and chases, and yeah, kind of in recent years the numbers have really upped, especially since kind of 2016, where you kind of 2,500, that was a jump then, but we're now consistently in the kind of 3,300 area across national hunt flat races, hurdle races, chase races, all class levels, all distances, which has been superb as the industry has got behind and tried to do much more to kind of enhance the jumps breed by giving opportunities for mares on the racetrack to kind of prove themselves, to prove that they're hardy and they're robust, and to give breeders kind of options for horses that have, and mares that have been there and done it on the racetrack. And yeah, so far so good. It gives a reason for more mares to be bred as well, because there's actually a program that they can attack. So yeah, very exciting. The prize money is pretty good as well, especially if you land on one who can be half decent, but there are options at all class levels, and obviously Windsor Wife, we're excited, and as always, as often the case with our jumps horses, they have that kind of could be anything profile about them. We do our best, and we like to see that they're, you know, get competitive, they respond to pressure, they travel well, which is clearly the case, as evidenced by her point-to-point. It's clear she's been able to take her training just fine to be able to run and compete and win her point-to-point as a 4-year-old, which indicates there's been no issues, no hold-ups. She had a full clean vetting, great attitude. You can see she's clearly a decent jumper, and much to get excited about on that front. So yeah, she's got that could be anything profile, where we will get excited, go on a journey with her as she matures, as she develops, as she gets more professional race to race, and we can see how high she can go. We like that could be anything aspect, but we dream that they're going to, for the money we're kind of paying, if they can end up kind of 120 to kind of 140, we're in a very, very good spot. One day in the years ahead, we will land on an absolute superstar. I've no doubt about that. But even if they do not quite reach that level, especially with the Mares program, there are races all the way through to give us loads of fun, and to get her competitive and to get her winning races, and for all of us to be trackside or watching from home, cheering her on and getting the heart racing. Evidently, as per her point to point, which I will jump over to here. This is the Tattersalls page, which you can find a link to below this video, but evidently she's got a winning attitude. I'm just going to play the point to point, which hopefully you can see here. Do head to the link below if you want to watch it kind of in full and in full screen if you wish. She's in the yellow silks. This particular point to point track is very tricky. Lots of undulations, lots of up and down, a stiff climb to the line. It's got two fairly tight turns at the end. You generally need a well-balanced horse to be competitive around here, and ideally one that can race handy and that is straightforward. Evidently she ticks all of those boxes, which I like. She looks very straightforward, professional, even at this stage, and uncomplicated. She's not over racing, she's not doing too much, she's doing exactly what the jockey wants. She can jump. She's evidently got some springs and is very athletic, as you can see, as she kind of jumps her way round. This is a very impressive performance, given it's her first ever on a race course. The front two quick and clear, 20 lengths clear of the third, who came into this favourite and was quite well touted and respected. Two pull clear and actually end up dead heating. The second one was in the same sale at Cheltenham, but went unsold. I don't think hit their reserve, which was around £38,000 potentially. So that already makes ours look a snip, I think. You can see their lovely, superb jump there using herself, and the fences at these Irish point-to-point tracks aren't exactly small. They're bigger than some of the fences in our rules courses, I think. But again, yeah, you can see the undulations there, the up and down nature, but she responds to pressure. She wants to please. She sticks her head down, she tries, she jumps under the pump there. Look, another superb jump, uses herself very well. And there's just loads to like there. She gets a little bit tired near the end there on that climb to the line, but you can forgive her that over that kind of 3 miles on her first ever race course performance. But evidently, yeah, she stuck her head down, responded to pressure, and really wanted it. So much to look forward to and get excited about there. As I have sent you the video that Josh put together as well, and there's a link below this video. Yeah, she's a nice mover. She's very strong, very robust. She's 16 hands, which is a solid enough size, especially for a mare. I don't like them massive, because they can have a lot more problems and take a long time to come to hand. And also, the bigger horses, the ones as they're approaching nearer kind of 17 hands, you can keep adding 10, 15, 20 grand on top per inch tall they are. But she's 16 hands. She's should grow a bit. She's only 4, so over the next year and a half she should grow a little bit more. Her shoulder will come up a bit more. She'll get a bit taller and slightly bigger. But evidently she is very athletic, jumps very well. I like the fact she's obviously a bit tubby here. She's been in the field since the sales, eating grass. She's just come back in, but she's very, the potential to be very strong. I mean, she looks strong here, even though she's been out of training for a couple of months. Evidently in kind of 3 months' time, she's going to look absolutely transformed again as she's fitter. But there's loads of development to come at the back end, at the neck, at the shoulder. She's got a lovely, thick, big neck. She's very bright and alert. I've met her and seen her already. She's very likable, very friendly. She has a bit about her, a lovely chestnut. We're very, very excited to add her to the team and to see what journey we can go on. There's no doubt given that point-to-point performance, that she's going to win races. She posted the Racing Post rating there of 82, which is solid. As per the Tattersalls page, the time was respectable. And yeah, for a mare and a point-to-point on first time up, 82 is a solid enough Racing Post rating. In contrast, Blazing Soldier's best one he did for us was 79. Dixie Cowboy was an 86. So she's kind of between those and in a good spot. And yeah, there's much to like on that front. So, I mean, for many reasons, that's often enough for me. I like the physical. I like how she looks. We've got that point-to-point winning performance. How she jumps, her attitude, everything else is obviously. She's in the right place with a superb team who know how to bring horses along and to get them firing at all levels, but eventually when they go chasing, which is where they really excel. But of course, that's one thing, ticking a lot of boxes for the prize money, for the price point. But that's even before getting onto her breeding, which I will just flick over and touch on here. Hopefully you can see. She is out of Doyen, which becoming very decent jump sire. He was obviously a high-class horse in himself, but you can see he's the sire of Banbridge, Battle Over Doyen, Beaconhead, some proper decent horses here. The statistics are pretty good. I like looking through, especially the kind of winners to runners ratio, and kind of anything 35-40% is decent, which he is. He obviously produces plenty. He produced flat as well, but he has become more of a jump sire in recent years. But you can see there 44% winners to runners ratio, which is very solid. 427 runners total so far. So yeah, that's pretty good. Increase and kind of get better as they go over fences, which is no shock. They're very versatile Doyens, all types of ground. We think our girl might want a bit of cut, but possibly not kind of a horrendous bog. But they're versatile on all types of ground, as you can see down here. When you look at the distances for the jump stats, again, versatile. They produce all sorts from 2 milers through to some kind of staying chasers that get 3.5. So we will have some fun finding out what her ideal conditions are in time. Certainly that point-to-point was over 3 miles, which seemed to be fine, but that can sometimes be deceptive, and under rules she might turn into a 2.5 miler. We shall see. But yeah, I mean, the team and everything else and all the evidence to date suggests she could well be a staying chaser in the making. But Doyen is certainly a decent stallion of jumps horses. The team know him fairly well, produced winners. Their latest one, White Rhino, won at Cheltenham earlier in the year. So they obviously know how to train horses by this particular sire. The sire is one piece of evidence, of course. I like to see some evidence of kind of winners on the dam side, either the dam or siblings. Now, Windsor Wife's only the second sibling out of Windsor Higgins. The first foal, which can tend to be smaller, and you're arguably sometimes rolling the dice a bit more with kind of first foals hit the racetrack. But yeah, Professor Higgins hasn't done too much so far, but still fairly early days. Only a 5-year-old, has placed a couple of times. Might get better for an increase in distance. But what I did like, I either like to see, the mare having produced winners. That's more important, I think, if the horse hasn't won, but we're dealing with a point-to-point winner. So Windsor Wife clearly knows how to stick her head down and try. But just the form of the mare, who they got to work on very early. I think she started on the flat as a kind of 2-year-old. But what I like is the fact that she only raced over fences twice. She had a break, needed a run there. This was as a 5-year-old, and that's where she seemed to come into her own. So the mare clearly had winning and a winning attitude and winning ability. That was over 19.5 on decent ground. So evidently versatile. But yeah, I like the fact the mare knew how to win. Obviously, Windsor Wife knows how to win. But the other positive and element that I like is the fact there is a lot of excitement and breeding on winners, I should say, on the dam side. If I just open up through this Tattersalls, hopefully you can see it here. So this is some of the breeding, and it's always good to see winners through a page, especially on the dam side. Obviously Doyen's from Sad as well, the Great Northern Dancer, Canadian, massive influencer of the whole breed. And yeah, Windsor Higgins out of Windsor Not Halliard, pivotal there, Halling, some decent horses all the way through. And there's actually Havana Grey appears on the page. But the point is there are winners. Obviously, Windsor Wife is a winner of a point to point, and that's that box ticked. For some, that would be enough, and the rest after that's kind of irrelevant, given she's got a good attitude. Her dam knows how to win. She's an own sister to Hangman, which I'll touch on in a second. But yeah, Windsor Wife's the second one. 4 foals, second one to hit the track, and second one, 2019, Fess Higgins the first foal, and she's got a couple of others coming along the line in the future. The second dam, Halliard, she plays twice at 3, but has produced winners, 3 winners, including Hangman, who was, you can see the amount of black type, and this is what they mean by black type when the kind of horses are in black type, and obviously it performed at class 1 listed and above level. But Hangman was, pretty decent horse in Australia, with plenty of black type there, 9 wins. And just to have all these winners down the dam side. The third dam knew how to win, has produced 6 winners. Again, more black type there. Richard Pankhurst, solid enough horse. Crazy horse, won 4 times and so on. And down to the 4th dam, even more winners. And the 4th dam has produced Blanc de Chien, who is the dam of Havana Grey, who's obviously becoming a sire influence now as well, and was a pretty good racehorse on the track. So evidently the bloodlines on the dam side know how to produce tough, hardy horses who know how to win. And there's a bit of class peppered all the way through this dam side, and that gets the excitement going when we're talking about Windsor Wife, in the hope that with any luck, some of it may have rubbed off on her, but she's right at the start of her journey, like I said, she's in that kind of could be anything category. I never like to make promises because, well, that's impossible to do really in this game. We like having horses on side who are unexposed, especially jumps horses, who we can go on a journey with, who we can get excited about. Yes, you do need even more patience. In her first year, she'll probably run 4 or 5 times. It looks like should take her racing fairly well. Like I said, straightforward. Took her training well up to a point to point, clean vetting and everything else. And then you have another summer off to strengthen up and grow again, and then we'll kind of crack on in novice hurdles, and then decide where we go after that. But it's very much she should come into her own as a 5, 6, 7, maybe even an 8-year-old, and certainly come into her own when she hits fences in 2-3 seasons time. Very, very excited. We get to go on a journey, and I won't make promises on what ability level she's going to be. She's obviously got ability. You can't win an Irish point to point without having some ability. And like I said, because of that breeding, Doyen is a decent sire of jumps horses, but more so on that dam side. A dam who knows how to win and won over fences, but then relations all the way down through that side of the family who produce winners and know how to produce winners, and they produce horses who win on the track and then go on to produce winners themselves. which is also exciting for future breeders, and that residual value aspect that I touched on before. All the sires are versatile in terms of ground and trip. She's 16 hands, she's a solid size, she'll grow a bit more. We've got that great mares program to attack. We know that she's very well balanced and looks straightforward. You have to be when performing as she did at that point to point on that Irish track. She's uncomplicated, she settles, she jumps very well, she finds for pressure. And given everything I've said before I start repeating myself, she just looks very, very good value for money for a horse we're going to have a load of fun with, and that excitement of in time seeing just how high she can climb, especially in the mares program, which has some decent prize money as well. And she's obviously with Oliver Greenall and Josh Guerrero, who their stats are superb, especially 20% plus with all their chasers, which is where her future will be. We're very, very excited about her. You can find out all relevant information below this video in terms of costs. Like I said, the initial plan, she's now back into training. I'm talking on the 24th of July. She's now back into training. That normally takes 10, 12, 14 weeks to get them up to speed before they go hit the racetrack. We think she'll want a bit of cut in the ground, but we'll start off in National Hunt flat races, kind of educate her, bring her along. But as she's obviously won a 3 mile point to point already, as I said, we know where her future lies. So there's plenty to get excited about. Below this video, you can find the links for that Tattersalls page, the link to that breeding page, the video that Josh Guerrero did for us. You can have a look at her. But we hope you may join in the fun. So if you're as excited, you can get in touch. There's links below. You can fill in the register interest form. You can email us at rtpsyndicate@gmail.com. Message us, phone number below as well, WhatsApp us, call us, text us if you so please. Happy to discuss through anything you wish or answer any questions you have. But this is very much one to get excited about, one that, like I said, we can go on a journey with, we can be patient with, and we'll have some fun with in the seasons ahead, as hopefully she progresses from one year to another as she builds up to becoming, with any luck, a decent chaser for us. So that's the plan. As I said, we think very, very good value for money. All the details down below, hope to see you getting involved, can't wait for what promises to be an exciting next chapter in our 10th racing syndicate, and our third horse is Oliver Greenall and Josh Guerrero. So with that said, before I threaten to drone on and start repeating myself too much, I will leave it there. But hopefully you're as excited as we are, and we can't wait for you to join in with Windsor Wife. But for now, thanks for listening, thanks for watching. Take care, speak soon, and see you in Team Windsor Wife very, very soon. Bye for now.